awesome people. In today's episode, I'll present the basic principles to the Montessori philosophy for toddlers 1 to 3 years of age. First off, the Montessori philosophy views toddlers differently. Babies and toddlers are seen and spoken to with respect, similar to as if you were talking to a partner or a friend. Another key principle in the Montessori philosophy is called follow the child. And this simply means that you're trying to see the world through their eyes and follow the child's interests at the moment. Dr. Maria Montessori's philosophy is beyond the wooden toys and those beautiful things that you see on the shelf. It's actually a way of life that can be incorporated into your everyday living. If you're new to my channel, welcome. My name is Anissa and I summarize parenting books into short videos weekly. I also provide content on our own parenting style. Let's get on with the rest of the video. Information presented in this video is from the book The Montessori Toddler by Simone Davies. And I really enjoyed this book because she presents the information in a very simple, digestible format for parents. My daughter is 2 years old right now, and I'm really enjoying this stage of development because toddlers are just awesome. They live in the present moment. They have an absorbent mind. They are capable of more than we think if given the opportunity. They are impulsive, they don't hold grudges, and forgive easily. Toddlers will say whatever is on their mind, literally. They don't doubt themselves, and they don't judge others. That's why they're so awesome. If you have worked with toddlers, then you'll also know that they love to say the word no. They're always on the move, and they need that freedom to explore their surroundings. But they also need limits, and they enjoy routines and consistency. They need time to work through the process. You can't get them to rush through something, just annoying sometimes. And then lastly, they want to contribute to the group, and the group could be the family, the classroom, their friends. So how does Montessori support toddlers? Well, first off, caregivers or parents, we're a guide. We're not like this authoritative figure or a boss. We should be guiding them through what they are interested in and letting them blossom that way. We do this by observing the child and following them based on what their interest is and whatever timeline that they're going by. All activities should be hands-on so they can manipulate the item. We do this by preparing an environment with them in mind to encourage that natural motivation to learn. The environment should promote unconscious learning that gives them freedom, but within certain limits. So now let's talk about these Montessori activities. First off, the child should have the freedom to choose whatever activity they want at the moment. There is a preference to using toys made of natural wooden materials, but it doesn't mean you have to omit plastic. As for the activities, they should be presented to the child undone. And it should be displayed in a tray or basket so that it's inviting and entirely complete, so there's no missing pieces to it. Montessori activities should have a beginning, a middle, and an end, and the child should be able to repeat the activity as many times as they want until they have mastered the skill. When you first show a child a new activity, you'll want to use the acronym SHOW, S-H-O-W. Slow hands and omit use of words. This simply means you're going to present the activity quietly without saying any words, just putting it back together and then taking it apart with slow hands and slow movements. Here you can see in this clip, I have undone the activity. The activity should be arranged from easiest to hardest, left to right. And then you let them work on an activity however long they want. Lastly, avoid quizzing them. I know this one is super hard to do and I really have a hard time myself. But quizzing them, it can destroy their self-confidence, especially if they don't give you the right answer. Lastly, you want to model putting the activity away when they're done with it. And I also find this one really hard to do because I'm not hovering over her, watching her all day. The Montessori activities for toddlers fall into 5 main areas: eye-hand coordination, music and movement, practical life, arts and craft, and language. Montessori activities have a lot to do with eye-hand coordination, and this could be this activity here, threading beads with a string, moving objects from one side to another, opening and closing items, and of course, puzzles. There are an array of puzzles that you could give a child. Music and movement. In this area, this could be simply musical instruments that you already have on hand. Now, if you're like our family, we aren't artistic and don't actually have any musical instruments, so I gave her pots and pans and spoons to bang onto, or we do a lot of singing, songs, and listening to music. The third area is practical life, and this means involving them in your everyday lives. And that could be simply from washing dishes, doing laundry, putting the table, setting. If you're looking for ideas on what your toddler can do to be involved around the house, you can always watch this video here, Chores My Toddler Does, starting at 13 months. The fourth area is arts and craft, and this simply includes drawing, coloring, painting, playing with Play-Doh. The important thing here is that you don't want to dictate how the activity should be done. If they want to paint the trees blue or color out of the lines, just have to let it go. I know that can also be really hard. At the end of the activity or during the activity, you'll also want to avoid using the words, good job, you're doing great, that looks awesome. Instead, you want to describe what you see. I know I have a hard time breaking that habit. The last area is language, and this is broken up into 3 stages. The first stage is naming the object. This is done when they're really young and you just want to give them this rich vocabulary by just naming everything that they see around them. The second stage is playing word games with them, and this could be simply matching games or them picking an item to bring to you. If they pick the wrong item, you'll want to avoid telling them that they picked the wrong item. Instead, just acknowledge the item that they selected, make a mental note, and then go back to stage 1, which is naming the object again. Stage 3 is testing the child's vocabulary, and that should be done only after 3 years of age and when the child's verbal vocabulary is established. And as for books, books are really great for language development. However, you'll want to try to pick out as many books as you can with realistic images and read to them often. Since I'm talking about realistic images in books, Montessori toys should be simple and not based on fantasy. It should encourage imaginative play and not be electronic. If your child attends a Montessori school, you'll want to focus on practical life daily activities that engage in all 5 areas, like self-care, food preparation, cleaning up, and daily household chores. I also have to mention the Montessori philosophy really stresses upon the importance of nature and getting the child outside in nature every day, if possible. As the Scandinavians would say, there is no such thing as bad weather, just bad clothing. That's all I have for today. Let me know if you found this video helpful. Comment below if you are going to be implementing any of the Montessori philosophies in your everyday life with your children. Thank you so much for watching. With love from the Kaching family to yours. I'll see you in the next video. Bye!